Lover, tell me if you can, who's gonna buy the wedding band? Times being what they are, hard and getting harder all the time. Welcome to Wedding Song. Welcome to BremSter Puzzles. Welcome to the Hadestown Sudoku Series and a puzzle by Orpheus and Eurydice. I love that I don't know who set these because I can go in with no expectation as to what the puzzle is going to be like. Yeah, Hadestown is a musical I absolutely fell in love with. Is it Hamilton? No, I'm surrounded by Hamilton stuff, but I've got quite a bit of Hadestown stuff in my house now too. Yeah, I'm loving this series so far. I've only solved 2 puzzles. I've got another one right in front of me now. Yeah, I don't really need to go into it. Hadestown is a great show. And if you've in any interest at all in musical theatre and you haven't listened to Hadestown, do so. It's so good. And I highly recommend listening to the original Broadway cast album, which is the version that's available. I don't think it's the best version out there. Oh, sorry, I don't think it's the best version I've ever heard, but there is no recording of the Australian cast. But I think that's the best version to get used to. And then when you're familiar with it, then listen to the original 2010 concept album, because that will blow your mind when you're familiar with the full story. Really cool stuff. Just so much fun. But for now, we're here for a puzzle. There'll be a link below to where you can try this puzzle for yourself. Let's have a look at the rules. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have a parity line. So the red hollow line, on the red hollow line, digits alternate between even and odd. So if this digit was even, both of the ones next to it would have to be odd. If this digit was odd, both the ones next to it would have to be even. Very weird line. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the rivers and these are supposed to be the trees or whatever. I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter. It's beautiful. Oh, it's the rose. It's the rose. This is so cool. Because, oh wow, how did you do that? I don't know, but the song's not finished though. Oh my Lord, this is beautiful. Whoever made this, thank you. It took me a while to realize thank you. Oh my God, I feel like I'm going to cry. Oh my Lord. Okay, we've got a sum line. So box borders split the thick blue line into sections, and the digits on those sections must sum to the same value. So this is one section, this is a different section, and this is a different section. If a line has multiple sections within a box, these sections are summed separately. So what it's telling us is that the sum of the digits in this section is the same as the sum of the digits in this section, which is the same as the sum of the digits in this section, which is the same as the sum of the digits in this section. So that's how sum lines work. There's a couple of things I can see with that. I'm not normally very good at sum lines, but we'll see how we go. And then Renban, digits placed on thin purple lines must be a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. Now these could have been done with consecutive dots, but this works much better for the flower being Renban lines. Basically, it means these digits have to be consecutive because they're all 2-cell long lines. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh my God, Lord, I feel like I'm going to cry. I'm going to, restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So I think I want to color this line to get an understanding of odd and even. I can see a couple of things straight away. So let's do that first. This digit is the sum or has the same sum as those 3 digits there. And the minimum I could put into those is 1, 2, 3, which sums to 6. So this is at least 6. It's 6, 7, 8, or 9. This is a single line. So those 3 digits have the same sum as those 3 digits. So this is also 6, 7, 8, or 9. So this, which is consecutive with it, has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. I don't want to pencil mark that yet, but I do want to remind myself that this is the sum of at least 3 digits. These are also the same digit because that digit and that digit share a sum. But I'm not sure. Like, I think these could be 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Like I could put 1, 2, 3 there. Yeah, I think they could all be 1, 2, 3. So I'm not sure that it couldn't be 6. This could be 1. If it was 6, this would be 1, 5. This would be 2, 4. I think it could all work. So I think I need to look at the parity line because I know whichever version of odd even this is, those are the other version then these all go back to orange. Then anything touching orange goes back to purple. Then anything touching... Yeah, this is getting... I think I might just alternate along the line. Orange, purple, orange, because otherwise I'll get it wrong. Purple, orange, because the line is doing weird things. These are purple, and this is telling me what it is. Right, I know what it is now. Because this is purple, orange, purple, orange, purple, orange. See, I've got it wrong already. This is what I thought might happen. So orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple. So purple, orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple. But we do have 5 purples in that row. And if there's 5 purples in the row, that can't be even because there's only 4 even digits between 1 and 9, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So I can select all of the purple and change them to yellow, and I can select all of the orange and change them to blue. And now I can continue coloring. Do I want to continue coloring? Yeah, I'll mark those as odd and that as even, and then we'll keep going. So this is even, this is odd, these are both even, these are both odd, this is even, this is odd, even, odd, even, even, which is connecting to all the odds. This is even, so it's not 7 or 9. This is odd, even, odd, even, and that all lines up. So it was this row that gave it to me. There was possibly somewhere else. Now I've got all 4 evens in this column, so these are all odd. The deep red line is making it very hard to do color scanning. I've got all 4 evens in this row, so this is odd. I've got all 5 odds in this box. These are both even. Of course, anything that is consecutive with an odd digit must be even. There's no way that 2 odd digits could have a difference of 1. That must be even. This must be odd. That's all 4 evens in the column. These are all odd. It's all 4 evens in this box. Those are odd. All 4 evens in this row. Those are odd. This is an odd and an even. This has an even sum. If this has so this digit is even. So the sum of those 2 digits must be even. But if this was odd and even, then an odd plus an even digit is an odd digit, and that would have to be an odd digit. So this is odd and this is even. And the same is true here. This is the same digit as this. So this is even. It's not 7 or 9 because those have the same sum. This is odd now because they must have the... it must be consecutive with an even number. But if this was even, then these 2 digits would sum to an odd total, but we know they sum to an even total. So that is odd. I've got all 4 evens in the column. That was another way I could have proven that. Okay. We've got 3 digits that have to sum to an even total. Well, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are even. This is an odd and an even, and these have to sum to an even total, but I'm already at odd. This needs to be odd, because if it was even, even, and odd, the total would be odd, but we know the total is even. This is odd. That's all 5 odd digits. These are both even. We've got all 4 evens. This is odd. I could have got that from the 4 evens here. Okay. There's no way I could do this with 3 evens. This has to be 2 odds and an even. Because 3 evens, the minimum would be 2, 4, 6, which is 12. And I can't put a 12 in here. This has to be 2 odds and an even. But I'm not sure how to do... Well, hang on. Those are all even. So those are all odd. Okay. This could be 1, 3, and 2. There must be a 1 in one of those two, because I must put a 1 into this 3-cell total. Because if I don't put a 1 into this 3-cell total, the minimum would be 2, 3, and 4. In fact, it wouldn't be that, because the minimum would be 3, 5 here, which is already 8. Then I have to add 2, and this would have to go to 10. It just doesn't work. I can't put an 8 on the line. The 8 is up here. 4 is in one of those two, but I'm not sure which puts 4 down here. If this is 6 or 8, this is 5, 7, or 9, but I'm not sure what that's doing yet either. This is really cool, and I think I should be... Right, there must be an even down here, because this is a Renban line. So there must be an odd and an even on the line. So all of those can... so there's an even here and 3 other evens. This is odd. There's an odd on here. So there's 3 evens in here. Well, the maximum I could put is 2 there. Oh, this is 5 odds. So this is even. There must be an even in here. Can I finish colouring this? Maximum of 1 odd in there. Is it the sum? Yes, it is the sum. This can't be a 6, because how would I make this sum to 6? If this was a 6, these would have to sum to 6. But the minimum they can be without a 1 is 3, 5, because they're odd. And 3, 5, the two smallest even digits, is an 8. So the sum is actually 8. This can't be a 5 anymore. So the sum is actually 8. And this can't be a 6, because if this is a 6, these need to sum to 6. So this is 2 or 4. So the 8 is in one of those two. Okay. These are 7 and 9. Okay. This is 7 or 9 because it sees 1, 3, 5 and is odd. Okay, it's something to do with this sum line. These are 2 odd digits that sum to 8. So they're 1, 7 or 3, 5. This is 2 or 6. So in here, it is going to be this sum line. This 1 is what broke the total open. 8 is in one of those two. But I don't fully understand how to break the rest of the puzzle open. Hard and getting harder all the time. Okay. So 1 in this box is in one of those two, because I can't put it in any of those because of this 1. These, so 1 is in here, and it is 1, 3, 5, but it must contain a 1. But I don't see what that's doing for me. There is no 1 in here, but again, so... This, if this is a 4, those are 1 and 3. If this is a 2, then these are 1, 3, 5. And they must contain a 1. So 7 and 9 are in those, but it's also can contain 3 and 5. They just can't contain a 1. But these could be 1, 7. I know there's a 1 in here as well, but I don't know what that's doing for me. I'm quite stumped. Ah, this is even, because I've already got 5 odds in a row. I need to break the parity open somehow. There's an 8 in one of those two. So there's an 8 in one of those two, and I can't put 8 on an 8 sum line, or the other two digits would have to be 0. This is an 8, making this even. It's not quite enough, is it? I mean, it probably is. I'm just not seeing how. Right, 8 and 8. Where's 8 by Sudoku? That's the 8, and that does do it because this is odd, and now I've got all of the odds. This is a 7. That's beautiful. And this is now even. That is really beautiful. So this is 2, 4, or 6. Okay. This is 2 odds and an even. This is an odd and an even. This is an odd and an even. But I don't see... Well, I can't make these both even. No, I can. I absolutely could make both of those even. Eight is in one of those two by Sudoku, because I can't put 8 there. These are all odd. 8 is in one of those two, meaning 8 isn't there, there, or there. This is an 8, meaning this isn't an 8. This is an 8. Where's 8 in this column? Can't put 8 here, can't put 8 here, can't put 8 here. This is an 8, which means this isn't an 8. And I've got 8 down to those, but I need more than that. I feel it's got to be this, and I can't see how to break that open. This is one of each. This is one of each. There must be a 1 in here, so this can't be a 1. Okay, sorry about that one. As people may know, I actually suffer from seizures, and I had one. So I had to actually trim out a little bit of solving because I realized in looking at the video that it was visible that I was having a seizure, and I don't like to show that on camera. So, yeah, I've rolled back. I don't actually remember a lot of what I was doing, but I did see some of it. What I was doing is I was exploring this box, and what I found is there was something weird happening with the parity here, and I'm going to go through this again so to re-solidify it in my head because it's all kind of lost. So what I know is similar to what was happening in this box. These have to be different parities, because if these were the same parity, we'd have 3 odds, which would mean the total would be odd, and it's not. Or if these were both even, these would be 2 evens and an odd, which would mean the total would be odd, and they're not. So these are different parities, but these are different parities, which means these are the same parity. And if these are the same parity, they can't be even, because if they were even, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 evens, and there's only 4. So those digits there must be odd. Those are all of the odd in the box, and these are even. That's really cool. This is now odd, and therefore this is even, and that's all the parity coloring of the puzzle. Absolutely stunning. We now know that 1 is in one of these, and the line is either 1, 2, 5. So 1 with a 2 here. So this is either 1, 5 with a 2 here, or 1, 3, 4 with a 1, 3 here and a 4 here. Okay. That's really beautiful. This is now 2 or 6. This is 2 or 6, which means 4 is in one of those two. 4 is in one of those two. Okay. Well, this is this is 3 or 5 because it needs to be consecutive with 2 or 4, which means this is a 7, 9. Which means I can't put 7, 9 in here. So this is 7, 9, and this is 7, 9, and I can't put 9 on a line that sums to 8. This is 7, this is 9, this is 1 because 8 is 7 plus 1, which means this isn't the 1, this is the 1, which means this isn't the 1, and this is the 1. Beautiful. And this is a 3, 5. And the 5 is looking down, making that the 3 and that the 5, which means this is a 5 by Sudoku. Okay. 1 in this box now is in one of those two because I can't put it in any of those, and that's filled. that 7-9 combo is really cool. These Renbans are doing an amazing amount of work. Oh, the 1 is looking up saying this isn't the 1, so this is the 1. And now 1 can't be in any of those odd cells. So that's a 1, meaning this isn't the 1, this is the 1, meaning 1 is in one of those two, but that 1 is looking up saying not there, that is a 1. Have I got all the 1s yet? No, this one looking down saying that's not the 1, this is a 1, and that's all of the 1s. 3 is looking up saying 3 isn't here, so 3 is in one of those two, but 3 isn't consecutive with 8. That's only a 7 or a 9, so that's a 3. And we've got 1, 3, 5, this is 7, 9. 1, 3, 5, this is also 7, 9. 3 is in one of those two. If this is a 3, this is 2 or 4, and it can be. These are 2, 4, 6, so there's a 6 in one of those two. Nine is in one of those two, because I can't put 9 here, or this would have to be 8. And it can't be. Where do I look now? It's an interesting question. Where do I look now? This is 3 or 5 to complete the odds in this box. Well, this is 7, 9. It sees 1, 3, 5. These are 7 and 9. So with 1, 7 and 9, this is 3 or 5. This is 7, 9. So, and there's a 1 in the row. So these are 3 and 5, and now there's a 3, 5. So this is 7 or 9. And now there's a 3, 5 here. So this is 7 or 9. I'm making 3 5s and 7 9s everywhere. 5 is in one of those two. It's not quite enough. Well, 9 is in one of these two, isn't it? I can't put 9 here because this would need to be 8 and it can't be. I can't put 9 here. 9 is in one of those two. Can I do something with these lines? Or am I just blind to Sudoku? There's 2, 4, 6s everywhere. So this is 3, 7, or 9. And it can't be 9. So this is only 3 or 7. And this is 3, 7, or 9, but I think it could be any of them. No, it can't be 7. This is only 3 or 9. Oh, 7. Where's the 7 in this box? It can't be in either of those because of that 7. That's a 7, which makes this a 3, which makes this the 9, which makes this the 3. The 3 here makes this the 5, which makes this the 3, which makes this the 5. The 3 looks down, making this the 5. 1 and 5 is 6, but the line needs to sum to 8, so this is the 2. The 5 makes this the 3, which allows these to be any, but it makes this the 5, and 5 and 1 is 6, so this is the 2. And these lines are now resolved. The 2 makes this the 6, which makes this the 2. 3 needs to be consecutive with something that isn't 2, so that's the 4, and these are 2 and 6. So we've got 2, 6, and 8 in the evens, so that's the 4. This isn't the 4, this is 2 and 6, and the 2 is looking up making that the 6 and that the 2. These are 4 and 6. So these are 2 and 8. This is 2 and 6 because I've got a 4 and an 8 in a row. This is 4 and 6 because I've got a 2 and an 8 in the column. This is 4 and 6 because I've got a 2 and an 8 in the box. This is only 2 or 4 because it's got to be consecutive with 3. It'll be Sudoku somewhere that I'm missing. 9 looks up, making that the 7, which makes that the 9. The 7 looks across, making that the 9. Looking down, making that the 7 and that the 9. Looking up, making that the 7 and that the 9. Looking up, making that the 7, which looks across, making that the 9. Which makes that the 7, looking down, making that the 9. So this isn't the 9. 1, 3, 5. This is a 7, looking down, making that the 9 and that the 7. This is a 3 or a 5 because I've got 1, 7, 9. And the 5 is looking up, making that the 3, that the 5, which makes that the 3, that the 5, which looks down, making that the 3. And I've done the odd half of the puzzle. All of the odd digits seem to be in the grid. So 2, 4, these are 6 and 8. So this is the 4 to complete the row or the box. 2, 8 have to be here with a 6. So this becomes the 4, looking down, making that the 6 and that the 4. The 4, the 6 and the 8 means this is the 2. The 2, the 4, the 8 in the row means this is the 6. I could have used the box. The 2, the 8 and the 6 in the column means this is the 4, which means this is the 2, making that the 6 and that the 4. The 4 looks up, making that the 6 and that the 4. The 2 looks up, making that the 8 and that the 2. The 8 looks down, making that the 6 and that the 8. These are the last 2 digits, which have to be 2 and 6, and I'll use the 2 to make that the 6 and that the 2. Oh no, I've missed these. The deep red line makes it hard to see. The 2 makes that the 6 and that the 2. Puzzle, no, you solved the puzzle, the solution is correct. Now, I did have to take a long break, unfortunately, and I'm sorry about that. But that was absolutely beautiful. Starting with the rows and hard and getting harder all the time. Yeah, really, really beautiful. Just beautiful puzzle. I don't think I've ever seen the moment in the play where the rose appears both times is such a heart-tugging moment. The second one in particular. So the realization that I was looking at the rose, I didn't actually notice at first. Kind of felt like that first moment when I first saw the rose, because I went into the show completely cold. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I knew the rose was the symbol of the show, but I didn't know why. Oh my Lord, that is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Orpheus and Eurydice, for your story and for your puzzle. Really, really good stuff. I hope that you can find the joy in this that I did, and I hope that you are dealing with a life circumstance that's a little bit better than mine at the moment. I hope you enjoy the series as much as I do. Thank you everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.